Hey there lads and ladies, it is Petrifying Pumpkins here and welcome to another episode of PSVR News. There is an absolute shitload of stuff to talk about today. We're talking No Man's Sky, we're talking Sniper release, Solaris, Alvo, the PS5, confusion with the adapters, we've got Beat Saber, Resident Evil 8 to talk about, there's loads of shit to talk about. So let's just start this video. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about No Man's Sky, which is getting a new update next week. Now, this is pretty mysterious stuff. We don't know an awful lot about this. We know it's coming next week. We know the update is called Origins. We don't know much else besides this kind of blog post that they put up on their official website, which I'll read out now. 4 years ago, we announced Foundation, our first major update for No Man's Sky. We promised. It won't be our largest update, but it is the start of something. Those words were true at the time, and they ring true for Origins. We called it Origins because it is the beginning of something new, as No Man's Sky continues to grow and evolve. So, No Man's Sky, Hello Games, they just continue to put so much support into this game years later, years after anyone thought they kind of would, which is great, and they've all been free. Also great, including the VR update that we got like last year. And so now we have this new one to look forward to, Origins, and from the sounds of that description that they gave us, it does seem like this isn't going to be the end. It's not, there's no end in sight. This is the start of something new. And it is kind of surprising because Hello Games are supposedly working on something brand new, their biggest project to date. So looks like they're juggling two projects at the same time, continually supporting No Man's Sky while working on this new game, whatever it is. It could be a sequel to No Man's Sky, who knows. But yeah, that's it for No Man's Sky. Just keep your eyes open, we will not have long to wait. Once the update goes live, there will be patch notes to, delve into what they added, what they've changed. So next up, we are talking about Sniper Elite VR. We finally are getting an update about this game. It seems like they had been quiet for so long about this that I was actually starting to worry that maybe it was in trouble or development hell or getting cancelled or something like that. But no, at the big Facebook Oculus event that they did recently, they showed us this brand new trailer. This trailer has since been uploaded to the PlayStation official channel. They slapped the PSVR logo on the bottom left of the screen there. It is the exact same gameplay footage. Bear in mind, this is probably not running on a PSVR. But we are getting a good long look at what we can expect in this game. Now, there is a lot less sniping than maybe you would expect. Now, the sniper is obviously still there, as you can see, and they even keep the slow motion bullet effect, although it appears like you are getting the perspective of the bullet, like you are the bullet traveling towards your target. And I wonder will that like leave out the gore and the exploding testicles and all that kind of stuff that the Sniper Elite players are used to at this stage. We shall have to wait and see. No Man's Sky is playing behind me for reasons that are not known to me right now, so I gotta fix that. So yeah, as you can see, you're not just using your sniper rifle, you're using handguns, you're doing a lot of stealth and sneaking around, you're using assault rifles, you're freely moving around the levels too. It is not just like a teleport or go from here to snipe at this nest and snipe at that nest. We also got a brief description from the YouTube video. I'll just read that out now in case you're wondering what exactly this game is about. The details are this: fight for the Italian resistance in a daring mission to rid World War II Sicily of the Nazi U-boat menace. Experience a brand new Sniper Elite game featuring an authentic first-person view, an explosive campaign, and immersive motion controls. Then we get a bunch of bullet points here. So 1. A brand new Sniper Elite campaign set in World War II Italy, so the entire game is in Italy. 2. Exclusive first-person gameplay, a series first, so if you've played this game flat, you will know that there is a third-person camera in that game. First person is new. This is kind of like Hitman, where VR brings first person to the game, and there's no other way to play those games in first person. Free movement across levels packed with tactical possibilities. Visceral X-ray kill cameras designed for VR. Interact with authentic World War II weapons. And finally, PlayStation Aim and PlayStation Move controller support. So if you're wondering what controllers you can use, there you go. You can use your Aim, you can use your PlayStation Moves. I'll be using the Aim, I think, just for that, that sniper feel. I'm very happy that they're including the Aim, but I'm sure the Move controllers will bring their own advantages to the table too. I suspect like manual reloading the sniper and stuff like that might feel a little bit cooler with the move controllers, so the options are there depending on what you want, and of course dual wielding pistols, stuff like that, that's going to feel better with move controllers. Anyway, let me know what you think about the sniper release footage that we've seen, and what are you thinking about this game in general. Looking forward to it. We do not have a release date. It's kind of all up in the air. It's probably going to be a next year game based on a lack of any window at all as far as I can tell. So let's just move on to the next one. Okay, so next up is Resident Evil 8 Village. This game is giving me all kinds of stress, and blood pressure, you know, has gone through the roof. My cholesterol is all over the place because of this game. Basically, Sony have once again shown off Resident Evil 8 Village. This is the second time, the second PS5 event they've shown off this game. A brand new trailer. Well, it uses a lot of elements from the first trailer, but it's expanded. We see some new stuff. What we do not see, and what we still don't see, is confirmation of PSVR support on this game, which is kind of getting me concerned at this stage. We know, of course, that when Resident Evil 7 was revealed the very first time, immediately they announced PSVR support was coming for this game. So it begs the question, why have we not heard about PSVR support on this game? Yes, there has been a guy called Dusk Golem. He's kind of an insider over on the Twitters about Resident Evil Capcom titles. He seems to think there's some trouble in development for the PS5 version of this game for some reason. Apparently it was supposed to be a last gen game, or I should say current gen game, but they changed their plans because the SSD allowed them to do some things that they were kind of interested in doing, so they kind of scrapped that. So it'll make you wonder, would they have scrapped VR or something like that? Of course, jumping to conclusions here, I'm just kind of wondering, why would Sony not reveal that this game has PSVR support as soon as possible? Why not just have a little sticker, a little bit of text somewhere in the trailer saying PSVR support included? You know, it doesn't have to take the focus away from the game. It doesn't have to be a big deal, even on the blog post. Something. Having said that, I still do think it will have PSVR support at some point, even if it doesn't at launch. And the game isn't coming out until 2021, so there is still plenty of time for us to get some kind of confirmation, or, you know, TGS, something like that. They might talk about us more in depth, hopefully. But yeah, worth keeping an eye on that, and maybe being a little paranoid like I am. Let's talk about Solaris Off-World Combat next, because that got a brand new, pretty much a launch trailer, because this game is coming out on the 24th on those Oculus systems that we don't like on this channel. But of course we do know that it is going to come to PSVR sometime this year, so in the next few months. So this isn't long away at all, and it does benefit us to take a look at this trailer and see what's going on. There is the high intensity, the focus I should say, on the high intensity, fast pace, you know, flowing, very smooth kind of gameplay. You're rising through the leaderboards and stuff like that. They're showing off the customization aspect too. They've shown off here too. It is a kind of a brief trailer. I would like to see more. I'd like to see more maps. I'd like to see just more weapons and stuff like that. But it is short. It is sweet, and it is from First Contact Entertainment, the makers of Firewall Zero Hour, and of course a lot of people on this channel love Firewall Zero Hour, so we do have a good bit of faith and confidence there. Interesting to note that helmet that's going on at the beginning there, that looks like a motion control support thing, maybe with 2 move controllers, and we do know that the PS VR version will have aim support, so you'd wonder if stuff like that will have to be changed, or will they make it work somehow with the aim controller? These are questions we'll just have to wait and see. Speaking of fast-paced VR team shooters, that's right, I am of course talking about Alvo. We got a brand new trailer for Alvo up on the official PlayStation channel, which is great for that game to get some eyes on it. Basically they're showing off some new footage, fast-paced, again kind of similar to Solaris actually. You know, it's very smooth moving, flowing gameplay. It's very kind of laggy in the video here behind me. I don't know why that is. I hope it doesn't show up like that in the finished video, but listen, that's not indicative of the actual trailer. I don't know, my laptop is probably just crapping out right now. So yeah, they show off the maps. We get our first look at some of these kill streaks and actions, including the dogs, the remote controlled car, and the drone that's going on. I'm sorry again about this crappy footage behind me. Do not know why that is. Interestingly, still no release dates, still no open beta dates, but there is some news on the open beta that I do want to bring to your attention. Recently I did a stream where I was ranking the Firewall Zero Hour contractors, and Alvo's official YouTube channel popped into the chat, and I asked them about the beta, any news, and they did tell me this. Basically, the open beta may not be an open beta after all, and there might be limited spaces based on this comment. But the comment did imply that there would be quite a few spaces there, so maybe everyone will get to jump in. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see. But again, still no dates. We still don't have any kind of solid time frame even as of yet. But the fact that it's being pushed on the PS YouTube channel maybe indicates that we're not far away from that at all now. So next up, let's talk about Beat Saber, the hugely popular rhythm lightsaber game. I'm not sure what the genre is. This game is getting a big update next month, October 13th, a multiplayer update where you can play with up to 5 other friends or strangers as you compete with each other, I guess, for you know, points or whatever. The details about the multiplayer mode are actually pretty light. There's not much to go on. Now there is some concern for PSVR owners of this game. That version is not guaranteed to come to PSVR at the same time. There has been a comment about this from the Beat Saber developers where they have said that they are hoping that all the platforms get us at the same time, but no guarantee that the PSVR version will. I suspect that's to do with Sony's certification and just things taking a little longer on that side of things. But regardless, even if it doesn't come the same time, like October 13th, it will still come. Probably next month, no later than November, I would imagine anyway. This is huge news because Beat Saber, one of the biggest games out there for VR, and it's getting multiplayer, so that's gonna excite many people. And that brings me to the last topic I want to talk about, which is this bullshit right here that you're seeing beside my face. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but Sony being very cagey, not being as clear as they could be, not being as concise as they could be. A lot of people have a lot of questions, so let me just get into it. This is all about the PlayStation Camera Adapter. So, PS5, we know the price now, we know the launch days, we know all the details, but are we able to play our PSVR on the PS5 at launch? Or is this something we're going to have to wait for? Because according to this post on the PlayStation blog or their official website, they're saying that to... Let me just read it out. Connect your PlayStation VR to your PS5 console to enjoy supported PSVR games. To set up your PSVR with your PS5 console, you will need your PlayStation camera for PS4. That is where it gets confusing, but we'll go back to that in a sec. And a PlayStation camera adapter. No purchase necessary. That's nice to hear. More details on how to claim an adapter will be stated on PlayStation.com when available. So why is that confusing? Because the PlayStation 5 is also launching with its own camera. This one is going to be a 1080p camera, but the important thing to know about this new camera is that it also has the 2 lenses, which is what the camera that we have now uses. And the reason for the 2 lenses is that, you know, tracking, for 3D tracking. So it would suggest that the new camera should be able to do what the old camera can do, just at a better quality, you would imagine. But according to this, you need the old camera, the one that you already have. Now some of you might be perfectly happy with that, but to do that you will need this adapter. We're 2 months away from launch and we still don't know how to get any of these adapters. Assuming you'll have to go to the website, apply for one. I don't know, will you need to prove it somehow that you have one, or that? I don't know, because apparently it's free. Will there be shortages of these? Is there going to be a mad rush to get one of these? Is it going to be sold out? Is a lot of people going to be disappointed they can't play Firewall at launch because they don't have this like stupid adapter thing or whatever, which is basically just a USB adapter? So if they just made that camera have a normal USB port the whole time, you know, this wouldn't even be an issue, I don't think. But they put the proprietary, you know, ness on us, as Sony often does, and we're stuck with this. So let me know in the comments, I guess, what you think about this, and that is how I will end this video. Now, I've kind of gone over all these topics pretty quickly. That is because I want to go into more in-depth with Decepticon in the next Touching Tips podcast, which will hopefully be Sunday night, tomorrow night, and we'll like really go into all this kind of stuff and, you know, tear it all apart. And so that is it for this video, lads and ladies. But before I go, let me give a huge thank you to my Patreon supporters whose names are on the screen as I speak. Thanks to their generosity, this channel can stay moist. In particular, let me give a huge shout out to the following top tier Patreon supporters: Tradition, Pete Hawkins, Chopped517, Crumb, and Daniel the Pumpkin Patch Kid. Thank you very much for that generosity. It is incredibly moist of you to do that. I appreciate it. If you would like to help me out over on the Patreon, it is patreon.com/petrifyingpumpkins. If not, I'll be happy with the likes, the shares, comments, all that usual shite would be grand. I would appreciate that. Finally, before I go, let me thank Decepticon for letting me use his music in all my videos. Head on over to decepticon.com to check out his stuff, and that is where I will leave this video, lads and ladies. Until next time, stay moist.